Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brie and I love zines. But today I'm not going to be talking about my zines. I want to talk about some of your guys' zines because I got a lot of zine trades in the mail. Everybody's different in what they accept at their address or their PO box. I have a PO box. I think that's generally safer if you're going to do zine trades, but I understand that not everybody can afford a PO box. It's not that accessible to people, but I typically only like to accept little things like this so I know what to expect. If they're in envelopes of this size, I'm like, okay, they're zines. If they come in a big box like this one, that's really heavy. I have no idea what's in here, but I remember someone telling me what they were gonna send me, and it's like zine related stuff, I believe. So this is okay because they reached out to me beforehand. Please don't surprise me with huge boxes like this because it scares me. I don't know what's inside of it and I get scared and I just won't open it. Stuff like this, like little stuff, zines, I know what to expect and I'm happy to open them. Bigger boxes do freak me out, so I prefer people only send me stuff like zines, postcards, stickers, washi tape, like see, even this is like a little bit bigger than an envelope, but I generally know what's in here. I could feel it out. I kind of know. A box, I do not know. That's my preference. Everybody will be different. Some people will be happy to accept boxes. You know, maybe they don't have the type of PTSD that I have. I don't mean to laugh it off. It's actually very serious. Maybe some people don't have the kind of triggers I have, and then they enjoy having a box like that. It's up to you. You have to decide, but be very, very safe, okay? All of that to say, be safe when you're giving out your address. Be safe when you're accepting mail. Be safe when you are sending mail. Do not send anything that is going to pose as a danger to yourself. As someone that's very visible online, I had to get a PO box. It was the only way that I could do trades safely. So I just want to give that little disclaimer out there that when you're trading zines, don't assume that everybody outside in the world that you haven't met is interested in your safety. Don't be paranoid. I don't think everybody's out to get you, but it's just generally safe to be safe about your address and your personal details. I feel like I have a responsibility to say all that because I know people look to me for advice about this kind of stuff. I did make a whole fleshed out video about trading zines from my perspective because I can only speak on the knowledge of what I know. So I do also want to say that I don't know everything about trading zines. I have just accumulated some knowledge over the years and I have my own practice that I like to abide by. Not saying that you have to follow the same set of rules and guidelines that I built for myself, but if you want a good starting point and you want to see my perspective, definitely check out this video that I made where I talk about zine etiquette, being patient because a lot of people are busy and not everybody is just thinking about zines 24/7. So be very patient when you're trading zines and just be mindful of the people that you're trading with and be mindful of your safety and the safety of others. Okay, that's all I ask to make this community continue to be safe for everybody and fun. Okay, so now let's get into the trades. I do want to open this big box that I got first. This is from, oh, it's so heavy. This is from Michelle in Washington, Wyoming. What's WI? Oh my God, you guys, this is really outing me as stupid. I think that's, let me check. You guys, I was wrong on all accounts. WI is Wisconsin. I'm so sorry to Wisconsin. But anyway, I believe Michelle had left a comment that they were gonna send me something on one of my YouTube videos, so I knew to expect this. I could tell that Michelle really pays attention to what I post because, okay, look at the front of this. Look at how many D&D stamps are on this. Look at that. I was pleasantly surprised when I picked this up for my PO box because I had mentioned on Instagram that I really wanted the D&D stamps, and everybody that does trades with me, not everybody, that was an exaggeration, but a lot of people that send me trades use those stamps because I think they know that I like them because I keep mentioning on Instagram, like, where are you guys getting these stamps from? So let's open it and see what's inside from Michelle from Wisconsin, not Wyoming or Washington, like I so ignorantly said earlier. Here, let me just pour it out and see what's inside. Whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's like never ending. Oh my God, what the heck? Ah! Sorry about that scream. Some stuff fell. Okay, let me set aside some of the tissue paper. Oh, look at this one. This is really cool tissue paper. Wow, I already have so many ideas. Secret bag. There's something in here. Oh, cool. This looks like old school kind of flashcards. Oh my God, they're recipe cards. There's all different kinds. Ah, what the heck? My grandma used to write recipes down on old receipts, like just flip the receipt over and write on it. But look at these. Wow, that is so awesome. Clippings, magazine clippings. What else is in here? Ooh, some zines. Okay, so Michelle made these zines. This says In the Bins by Michelle Jane. Let's see what's on the inside. Ah, look at that. These are some labels, some flower labels. This is so cute. I could definitely use this when I address mail. So sometimes the envelope, I like to spice it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more interesting. So I tend to use labels. These are cute. Could totally use this for future zine trades. Oh, it's just a bunch of comics. That's cool. That's what the cover looks like. Asterix. I've never seen this before. This is really cool. And I really like comics. I'm more into like graphic novels, but comics are also pretty cool. I feel like this kind of stuff I like to use as background to create borders for some of my collages or just to give the page more dimension. So one thing I really can't stand is a blank page. That is just like one of my pet peeves as I'm working on a zine. So if I'm working on a zine and every page has so much life and so much versatility, and then I flip and see one page is a little bit more bare than the others, I get a little like, I just like kind of freak out a little bit. So when I have that urge of like, this page is missing something, I typically like to use magazine clippings or something with a lot of color, like a comic book. And I like to rip it up and use it in the background because it's such an easy thing to do. It's very quick and it adds so much more dimension to a blank page. So that's going to be useful. Oh, look at this. Sainte Marie, Ontario, Canada. It's like a travel guide. Oh, when I get stuff like this, it's perfect for zines, but I almost don't want to use it for zines because it's just so cool to collect. One thing I love, one thing I eat up is a map. I love a map. Look at this, has all the travel information. Welcome to Portage County, Wisconsin. Did I just manifest more maps? I literally just said one thing I love is a map. Oh. So I'm gonna edit in air horns here. I feel like I kind of don't even want to use this for a zine. I just want to hang this up. Honestly, boom. Oh wait, boom. And then I could just keep adding maps. Oh my God, imagine. Wait, I could have a map wall. Frickin' frick. Oh my God, look at this. Okay. What the heck? Not me getting teary-eyed. Oh my God, that's how excited I am. And you know what's even cooler about this one is I could tell that it's older. Like this is not, people don't, it's just really cool to be able to see stuff like this that I know was printed a long time ago, you know? This is so cool. I can't believe that Michelle is just gifting me this stuff. This is really cool. Okay, so map wall is gonna happen. So if you guys ever see stuff like this from different states or from your state or your country, please send them to my P.O. box because I think that's what I'm gonna do with this side of the wall. Just put a bunch of maps there. That'd be really cool. And you know what else I could do? Oh my God, I could have the maps up, right? Of just different places. And then I could pin people's zines on the map of where it came from, you know? Like, so if I got the zine from Michelle in Wisconsin, I could pin their zine on the map. So you just see zines from all parts of the world. Oh, there's a card. Ooh, look at this bookmark. Old stamps. And then this one looks like it was handmade. That's cute. It says, "Hello, Bree. I have packed the box with a variety of papers and things. I was in the Navy 8 years and I was in Japan for about 2 of those years. So I put a lot of Japan things in. I learned about zines when I was stationed in San Diego from Verbatim Books. I haven't been, but everybody keeps telling me to go, so that's going to be another video. I already have it planned out where I'm going to Verbatim Books, so I could show you guys this shop. So that's cool that Michelle mentioned it. Since I have been home, I have been thrifting, going to garage sales, and even digging through piles bound for the dump. So I found a lot of cool things. I hope you enjoy what I am sending. The bookmarks in this envelope, the crochet one my mom made, and I made the one with old stamps. Stay on the sunny side, Michelle." And that's the card. So the bookmarks, I didn't have context at first, so Michelle made this one, and then their mom made this one. Isn't that cute? Okay, so other things in here that I can definitely use for zines are the National Geographic. This is one type of magazine that I highly suggest because there's a lot of cool visuals in here. So if you're into collaging, you can find a really good base in a Nat Geo magazine. And usually where I get mine are from the library. So I go to my local library and I just ask them if they have any old magazines that they could donate to my workshops, because I do a lot of zine workshops in my city. So they'll donate a bunch of Nat Geos and I take some of them home and I use them in my own zine work. What I mean by a really good base is something like this. So the photography in here is really good. And when you collage over something like this, it's safe under the law of fair use. So a lot of people always ask me about copyrights and stuff like that. I do have a video about that. You could click on this video or find it in the description where I talk about copywriting and stuff. But if you collage with stuff like this, it's totally fine as long as you make it transformative. So if you just rip this out and paste it in your zine as is, that's technically stealing. You can't do that. But if you collage over this and make it unrecognizable from the original, that's considered transformative, which is covered under fair use. So you don't have to worry about all the copyrights and stuff. Just make it look really cool. Make it look something that is just not a carbon copy of this, and you're good to go. There's just a lot of cool visuals. Look at that. Look at this. This is an awesome base for a collage or for a zine itself. So you can even rip this page up, fold it into a mini zine, and then paste all of your mini zine stuff, the stuff that you want to put in your zine, on top of it, and that's transformative too. So Nat Geographic, great magazine for zinesters or for collage artists. This is the #1 type of magazine that I like to get, is a Nat Geo. I like to just get the ones that are going to be thrown away anyway. Like, a lot of libraries will donate to you if you just ask. And you don't have to have a cause, like you don't have to have a workshop that you're doing. It helps because it's going to be used by a lot of people. But a lot of teachers too, I think that's a great place to start if you need stuff. Like, say you're doing a collaging exercise in your class and you're a teacher, go to your local library, ask them if they have donations for you. Tell them that you're a teacher, tell them what school you teach at or whatever, because a lot of magazines or a lot of libraries have stuff that are outdated. And so as they're cycling through stuff, a lot of stuff could get trashed, or maybe, you know, they're just in storage. It doesn't hurt to ask. Here's another, ooh, this is from December 1976 journal. It's like they don't make ads like that anymore. It's so cool. I love the older magazines. Yeah, these are some of my favorites. Look at this. Another good thing that you could cut out this coffee cup. You could collage with so many things. But if there's like older certain magazines like collectibles, I don't like to cut them up because I'm like, oh, this is a collectible, you know? I get a lot of magazines from the 70s because I have a lot of older friends that run their own businesses, a lot of bookshop owners too, and they like to donate their older magazines to me from the 70s, like Mad Magazine, National Lampoon, and I don't like to cut those up sometimes, but I like to collect them. I put them in plastic sleeves and I put them in a bin in my closet just so I can look back in the future and just be like, hey, I collected that magazine from the 70s. Wow, look at this old envelope. So cute. I used to be really inspired by stuff like this when I was younger. I would always see envelopes like this with the little design on it. And so I remember in my old notebooks, I used to draw, like anytime I would draw an envelope, I would draw them looking like this with the red and blue all over it, just because that's the type of envelopes I would see when I was younger. You know, when people draw the sun and then they would draw a circle with little lines outside of it, and that's always like a typical sun. This was like a typical envelope to me. More books. Oh, look at these. Life magazines. I've never seen one of these in real life. No pun intended. Let's see what it looks like inside. Wow. Okay, so it has some of those same old school ads in them. What? Look at this. This is insane. I love stuff like that. Love it, love it, love it. What year is this? This is June 1952. Not only is it crazy like to see what society was like back then and the type of ads, but it's also really interesting seeing what was going on in the world too. The type of cars, wow. Look at this. Some racing going on. That would be cool for a collage. It's also a little like jarring sometimes because I never see Black people in older magazines, but it's really cool seeing the magazines of then to now and seeing so much diversity. Life magazines, man. Wow, what a treat. These are cool too. So these look like they were torn from either a dictionary. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I love printing on these. Cut it to size. This might be a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11. So if your printer doesn't do bigger sizes like this, just cut it to 8.5 by 11. Take a photo of yourself and just print it onto this. It looks really, really cool. Like, let me do it right now just to show you guys. I'm gonna go print something on this just to show you what I mean. It's great. So versatile for your zine making or for collaging. Just run it through your printer with a photo of yourself and it just looks so cool. Let me go do that right now. Okay guys, I'm back. I went and printed a photo onto one of these and look, it's just a picture of myself that I made into black and white and printed on top of this. So you see how much versatility it just added to this. You could still see all the words in the background. You could collage on top of this, make it even more dynamic, and then put this into a zine, put it as your page cover or your zine cover. You can even take a really good photo of yourself and a friend, maybe you and your partner, and you can frame this and it just adds a little bit more vibrance to your office or to your room. That's one of my favorite things to do. So just another cool tip to use. Oh, there's more envelopes. Stardust, 65-pound paper. I got a box full from a thrift store for $2. It's called Stardust. Look at this. It has like little freckles in it. And it's 65-pound paper, which means that it's a little bit thicker than your standard copier paper. I typically like to use the thicker papers for the covers of my zines. So this is great. What a find. There's no label for this one, but let's just see. Oh, it says small raffle tickets, sheet size 8.5 by 11. Oh, okay, so these are tickets. You could print on top of this too. There's a lot of paper. Ooh, vellum paper. Okay, vellum paper is really cool, guys, because like I said, there's so many things that you can use that have multiple uses and are super versatile. Vellum paper is one of those. I love using this. It's kind of see-through. So you can really play with this in your zines. There's so many uses for this. Like, oh, they sent me this cool one, so see, you can see through it. Okay, and a lot of pens, pencils, colored pencils. That's what I got. And this is the last of it. It says, when I was stationed in Japan, I bought a lot of stationery. Ooh, let's get a little tour of this. Sorry, I already saw something that I liked. Some paper, washi tapes, little pieces of tape, more stationery. Ooh, a postcard. Oh, they're all postcards. These are postcards, guys. I love Toy Story. Toy Story is my favorite Pixar film. Cute panda stationery and a lot more postcards. Oh, so awesome. Look, these are the postcards that Michelle sent me. Oh, it's over. I hate when it ends. Well, that was just the first box. I still have this stack here. So if you guys are ready, if you're ready for more, I was gonna say something very like YouTuber-y. If you're ready for more, comment more. Let's move on to the next. Thank you, Michelle. This was awesome. This was such a pleasant surprise. I loved the package. I loved everything. I can't wait to utilize all of this stuff in my zines, and you will definitely see it. You'll definitely see a lot of this stuff in my zines. Okay, next mail is from Bruxita Linda, and I was expecting this one too because we did a trade. If you're familiar with my online store, Bree's Tiny Print Shop, I sell these handmade bone folder keychains. Ooh, I'll show you mine. So this is mine, and this is the bone folder. It's a real bone folder. I add charms on it to make it cute, and it has my name on it on the safety pin, and then it just says I Heart Zines. So I make a bunch of these, and they always sell out in my shop. I think they're probably sold out right now, but I'm gonna try to make more. But I make these all here at my desk. I add little charms. Anna, the person behind Bruxita Linda, they asked me if I could set one aside for them so they can purchase it before it sells out during my latest drop. But I figured, I'm like, I could put one aside for her and then let her buy it. And then I'm just gonna use the money she gave me to buy in her shop. So why not just trade? So I asked her if she wanted to trade and she said yes. So I already sent her her bone folder keychain and she really liked it. So this is her end of the trade. So she's sending me stuff in order for the bone folder keychain. So zine trades don't always have to be a zine trade. Like I said in the beginning, I prefer zines, but unless there's something set up beforehand that I feel comfortable with, then there's exceptions to the rule. Some people just have preferences and you just have to be mindful of that before you just blindly send them something. So I let it be known on my website what I prefer and what I want people to do. Please make sure you include a return address, and please make sure you include a note saying you want to trade, because sometimes if you just send stuff to my PO box and it doesn't ask for a trade in return, I just accept them as gifts because I'm just like, oh cool, I don't know that you want to trade. So unless you actually explicitly state I'm interested in trading zines with you, I won't know that. So that's the kind of rules I have, but other people are different. And Anna was down for a trade for bone folder for zines. So this is what I got. Ah, a button. This is really cute. I don't know if you could see it. Maybe the lighting is not so great, but it looks awesome in real life. And it says I heart zines, and there's a bunch of zines in the background. And then Anna collaged over it with stickers and pressed the button. Really cool. If you really like custom buttons like this, that's what Anna, she does a lot of stuff. Zines, stickers, tarot readings. If you're interested in that, you could follow them. That's their handle. Ooh, oh, I thought this was a card. There's stuff inside. Oh, okay, so this is Anna. Yippee! This is their brand. Sad clown, floating through the air. Ooh, dice. Snoopy. I only read zines, perfect. This is going on my water bottle. And then a zine reading baby. There's also a zine in here. This is called Zodiac Trinkets. Your trinket based on your zodiac sign. And it has the dice on there from earlier. Where's the sticker? Matching. Okay, so I am a Scorpio. Let me go to Scorpio. I have a mysterious key. Absolutely. Mwah, chef's kiss. Oop, I dropped Anna! And I picked her back up again. Because that's what friends do. Okay, I opened some mail and I wasn't recording. The mail that I opened is from Caspian Walters from Oakland, California. And I read their note and everything. Their note was so sweet, but I like talked for like 20 minutes and it wasn't filming anything. They discovered me on the podcast Long Arm Stapler, and that's how they found out about my zines. So they wanted to send me theirs. And this is their @caspian.walters on Instagram, if you want to follow them. And these are their zines that they sent me. These are per zines. So Fat Chance number 1, and then this is Fat Chance number 2. And I just spent like 20 minutes reading them, talking about what I liked about them, and it wasn't freaking filming. So just the Sparks Note version of what I was saying is that when I opened up the first page of Caspian's per zine Fat Chance number 1, there is a lot to look at visually. There's just so much going on. There's a lot of color. I feel like there's a lot of symbolism probably in the color and the images, and I really love that in a zine. I just like when there's a lot of stuff to look at. And that's kind of something I touched on earlier when I was saying that I hate a blank page for myself personally, but just me as a designer, like as the designer of the zine, I just like to add a lot of background and collages and stuff. It's very rare that I'll have just a blank page with few things on it, like writing or something. My zines have evolved over time. So definitely my earlier zines, if you read them, they're probably a lot more blank in the background. But as I've evolved as a zinester, I like to include a lot of collaging and backgrounds and borders. So that's what I really liked about opening the first page of Fat Chance number 1, is that there's a lot going on. I just feel like there's a lot of expression. I really like this zine because it's a lot of handmade aspect to it. You guys know that that's the type of zines that I like to make. I like to really go in with my hands. So you can see that a lot in Fat Chance. And I recognize some stickers. I like to shop at Daiso for my stickers. You guys already know. I have a whole haul playlist that I'll link somewhere, but Daiso is a really great Japanese discount store for stationery. And some of these stickers that Caspian used are from Daiso. And maybe some of the design paper too. I just recognized it because I use a lot of the same materials in my zines. So those are really cool. And then Fat Chance number 2 is very similar in design. That's something I like about reading people's zines too, is that I can quickly identify their style. That's just something really cool about reading a lot of zines, is that you're getting their personality. It gives a perfect snapshot, an idea of the person, you know? Like, I don't know everything about Caspian, but just by reading this and seeing it, I can tell they put a lot of thought into it, and they really value handcrafting, because you could see that they cut out all of these and collaged it over the background. that just says something about a person, you know? Not that it says less if you use digital tools. I don't want anybody to like get that confused. That's not what I'm saying. Because then if you see digital tools, that says a lot about that person. Maybe they're technologically advanced. Maybe they're a really good illustrator. You know, it's just information. So the information that I'm getting from this is that Caspian tends to like to collage and like maybe scrapbook. They're the type of person that likes to be more analog. That's really cool that you can summarize that from a person just by looking at their work. So that's what I really love about reading a lot of people's zines. It's just like, oh, this is a different type of person than say the zines that I get from like photographers, because photographers, they have really good images in their zines and they're a little bit more polished, right? So it tells me a lot about that kind of person. So it's really cool to be able to get that kind of information in the mail. It really feels like someone is inviting you into their inner world, and it feels a bit vulnerable. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get at, is there's a vulnerability in sending your zines to someone and trading with them. I don't take that lightly. Reading other zines, experiencing them, flipping through them, it really helps you in your own work too. Don't skip on reading people's zines. I've definitely done that when I first started making zines. I got so wrapped up in my own work that I forgot to look around. I forgot to experience the world around me. And when I started doing that and reading other people's zines and taking the time to trade, it really helped with my own work. So thank you, Caspian. Thank you for that. This is a postcard I'm opening from Dave, I think. Ah! Look at this huge sticker. So this is a postcard, and on the note it says, "This is one of my favorite photos. Someone made a dreary spot beautiful with a simple act. So just by placing the flowers there, it adds so much life to this spot. I may use this as a postcard." I'm getting really into postcards lately. It's awesome, thank you. And thanks for the sticker too. I love a good sticker. Next mail I got is from Denmark. And look at how cool they wax stamped the envelope. I don't see that often. That's really cool. So that's when you like pour wax on it and you take a little stamp with maybe your initial in it or maybe a little image and you seal it. This envelope is really fancy too. It's really nice. And this is from Emilie Røendal in Denmark. And I've gotten zines from Emilie before. I've traded with them before. If you've ever seen my video on zines that I wish I could read again for the first time, that video, I'll link it somewhere, but that video I do mention Emilie zines because Emilie zines have a touch of life to them. Like their zines remind me of photographs. Speaking of which, look at this postcard that Emilie made. Yes, this is by Emilie. Wow, I'm manifesting postcards, guys. But look at, this is exactly how their zines look too. So the same way that this photograph is just so vibrant and giving a little slice of life. That's what I meant to say. What did I say earlier? I said spot of life, or I don't know what I said, but what Emilie's zines give me, the vibe I get, just if I could summarize them in just a sentence, slice of life. That's what Emilie's zines remind me of. Little collage papers. That's always a nice touch. So cool that these are from Denmark. These are the zines. The first one, the second one, and the third one. Oh, and another postcard. Yippee! And there is a letter in here. Oh wow, they're acknowledging the video that I was talking about. It says, "Dear Bree, thank you again for including my photo zine in your video. I'm honored and so glad you found it inspiring. Also, thank you for the trade and for your videos. You just keep showing innovative ways you work with the zine format. Thank you. Since you enjoyed what I sent you last year so much, I was wondering if you're up for another trade. This time there's actually a zine in English. There's also one with blobs from different sketchbooks and one with pictures I've taken with this amazing kid's instant camera that prints on thermal paper. I've also included a couple of postcards of analog photos I've taken and some leftover wrapping paper from my job." Oh, cool, so this is wrapping paper. "The Nordic Postal Service will stop delivering letters by next year, so I wanted to send some snail mail before that happened. I hope you're doing okay in spite of how scary life in the States must be right now. All the best, Emilie." And then they include their address, their return address, which is very helpful because sometimes I ravage through envelopes and I end up ripping the return address and then there's nothing I can do. I try to piece it together, but sometimes I mess it up so much that I just can't send mail back, and then they didn't leave contact information and I'm like, dang it. I just get so excited that I just rip through the envelope sometimes. So it's really helpful if you guys are ever sending zines to me or someone else. Include your return address in the note. Look at that. That is so cool. So see what I mean? This gives me a very good like creative fingerprint of Emilie. Just like I was saying with Caspian zines. That's like a type of zine where it's handmade, it's analog. And then this one, it's just a bunch of collages of them. And maybe it's digitally enhanced, like maybe they made this on Procreate. But what it looks like is like it's a mix of both. And I think that's really cool too. I like to mix the mediums. So it looks like Emilie scanned their sketch in the back. They just scanned it in and then imposed pictures of themselves and all these little collage aspects on top of it. So that's a mix of using digital media or digital tools and being analog and using your hands. It's really cool to just utilize everything. What better way to get inspiration than by reading other people's work? It does something to you. It doesn't mean copy. Never copy someone else's work, but you can always be inspired by it. You could do things in your own way and give it your own creative fingerprint, like Emilie does, like Caspian does, like Anna does. So the next mail, this one is from Los Angeles. Oh, this is from Luna. Okay, so Luna actually reached out to me through email and asked if they can do a trade. Well, they sent me their zine digitally. They didn't make copies yet. They finally made copies and wanted to send me one. I sent them a trade in the mail already. It should be arriving to them any day now because we're really close. So hopefully they got my mail by now, but this is theirs. And I want to show you guys, I've already seen this zine. I just haven't seen it in person yet. Okay, there's a note to Brie from Luna. This cute stationery. Hi Brie, thanks again for your help and inspiration to make my first zine. Oh, it's their first zine. Wow, even more special. I'm already working on my second. Keep making your amazing art and helpful videos. The world is better because you're in it, Luna. That is so sweet. Okay, so this is their zine that they made. The original is bound with spiral bounding. So you know, like a spiral notebook, that's kind of how they made their zine. This is the copy of it. So you can see the binding that I'm talking about right there. I just think it makes the zine stand out. And Luna's zine is called Hack the System, How to Change Your Name and Gender by Luna. And it gives a lot of resources and information. It's supposed to serve as a good starting point for you to get the information that you need if you're interested in changing your name or your gender. So it gives a good perspective from Luna. So even in the beginning, it says, why listen to me? I'm Luna, a master of dealing with bureaucracy, which is why people rely on me. I went to law school, I have a law degree, I've never been a lawyer because I didn't want to be. I volunteered at a legal clinic, and I've helped friends change their name and or gender. This is a powerful combination that makes me unafraid of doing whatever it takes to get things done. I want to demystify the process so other non-lawyers can see it's really not a big deal and anyone can do this. The government wants to make it difficult, but it doesn't have to be. Though it's definitely a lengthy process, bureaucracy takes a long time. And then it says trans is freedom, queer, trans resistance at the bottom. I think that's really cool that Luna is using the information that they have to be able to help others. This serves as a great starting point for you and your community to get what you need. And if you need any help or advice, Luna offers that in the zine, but also on the back it says, please email me. I can't guarantee I'll be able to help you, nor am I a lawyer or able to give legal advice, but maybe I can point you in the right direction at least, which I think is really thoughtful to be able to give your services like that to the community. This would be considered an informational zine because it's giving you information, but it's also mixing a little bit of Luna's personal experiences in here, their credentials. That's something that I like people to keep in mind when they're making informational zines. It does not have to be boring. You do not only have to state the facts. I think it's really cool that zines allow you to insert yourself into them. So just the first page itself saying like, why should you listen to me? That's a great intro to be able to explain and give context why you made the zine and why it's important to you. And I think it makes people feel more connected to your work and for your cause, because maybe someone is not interested in changing their name or their gender, but having this information is helpful in case they come across people that do. Anyway, this one is from Neil Wetmore in North Carolina. That's where I'm from. Yes. Okay, so this is from Neil. Ooh, a lot of little zines, a lot of tiny zines. Neil's tiny zine. How cute. And there's a lot of collaging in this too. That's why I was surprised, because look at this. More stickers. Another little zine, Neil's tiny zine part 2. And then there's a mini zine. Yoko Ono is cool actually, you just suck by Neil. Also, Yoko Ono could sing, she just chooses to scream. If you don't believe me, listen to Remember Love from Two Virgins. Also, she sings on Happy Xmas, War is Over, so suck it. So I guess this is Neil fighting tooth and nail for Yoko Ono. Those are the zines. Oh, there's another zine. Letters You'll Never Read If I Can Help It by Neil. And on the back, sorry for yapping. And then there's a note. It says, "Hello Brie, I hope you enjoyed the zines I made. I have greatly enjoyed watching your videos, from Neil." And then, oh, another zine, but it came flat, so I get to fold it myself. Are you guys ready for this? Get to fold the zine together. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was fun. And this is Neil's Tiny Zine, part 1, my first. Oop, I caught it. I love the mini zine. Like, there's just been a big variety of different types of zines in this zine trade haul. It gives you guys a very good example of all the types of zines that exist out there. They don't have to just be a certain size. They don't have to just be mini. They could be tiny. You could send postcards. You could send stickers. Okay, this next one is from a different country, but it doesn't say who. Maybe when I open it, they'll have a note inside. It's packaged up in IKEA instructions. So if you've ever purchased furniture from IKEA, you've definitely got some instructions that show you how to build your furniture. That's what they wrapped it in, with this cute little sticker. A lot of zines. Oh my gosh, very colorful. All right, let's see if there's a note first, because I keep reading looking at all this stuff before getting the context. Let me see. Ooh, a lot of zines. Any note? No note! No note? For real? Huh, I mean, that's okay, but hopefully they see this. They can comment down below. Or maybe their information is on the back. Made by Ogi? I hope today is good to you. Ko-fi.com/ole to Ogi. I hope today is kind to you. I guess that's their little slogan. That's cute. Okay, so there's some prints in here. Oh, there is a note. Okay, it says, "Hi Brie, I hope you enjoy these bunch of silly mini zines and all the stuff that comes with it. Love and care, Ogi." Yay, there's a note. There's a note. I said I wanted postcards, and the universe giveth postcards. They're so cute. Look at all the color on them. This is the first one. The second one. And the third one. And then these bigger ones are prints. It's the first one. And the second one. Really cool art style. Really enjoying it. Okay, and there's zines. Oh, this one's called Ogi's Phone Charm. And it's a little pixelated, which gives it that cool, like, it just gives it that touch of personality. It just gives the zine character. Alien maxing. I resonate a lot with tiny little aliens, mainly because when you immigrated somewhere, some country grants you an alien status. It's crazy, no matter how you try your best to settle, you will still feel like you don't belong. I find my comfort in this phone charm and tiny plush. Is this like it's a poster too! Okay, so that's something I really like. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, is that the mini zine is very, there's so much you could do with it. It's so, there's so much versatility to it, because not only can you utilize the 8 pages, you can also unfold the entire thing and print something on the back. And that's what Ogi did. And look, it's a little print. And that's something I like to do a lot. I do mention that in a lot of videos. So it's always cool when someone uses this. You don't have to say like, hey, there's a zine when you don't have to say, hey, there's a poster when you unfold the zine. It could just be a nice little surprise. And I felt like maybe there was something more because it's thicker. This is printed on thicker paper. So usually when I make posters on the back too, I do like to use thicker paper, just so if someone wants to use it as a little poster, they can. And then these are the other zines. Let me show you guys. These and Flower Talk. And then what is this one? It Hurts Me and People Think I'm Crazy for It. More zines. And then there's also this little, oh, like an artist card. It says, try this. Music for Animal Cafe. You can listen on YouTube. So there's like a little playlist card. Ah, it's over. Oh wait, no, I have one more. I got really sad for a second. I'm like, no, the tour's over. Okay, thank you, Ogi. One more zine mail, and this one is from Canada. Canadian mail, yay. A zine by Prayer. And this is printed on really nice, I think I want to say this is 65-pound paper. It's just and look at the texture on it. It's a certain type of paper. I'm not exactly sure what type, but it's printed on heavier paper, and that's something I really like to use for the zine cover. It just gives it a pop of color. So if the zine is all black and white, the cover gives it just a little pop, but also it just makes the zine a little bit sturdier. So when you open it, oh wait, was there a note? No note. It's okay though. The zine is note enough. Oh, okay, I just opened it to the back because I was searching for a note, but I opened to the back and look at this. They made their own little pocket on the back. That is so creative. That's really cool. That's something you can do. I have zines that have sleeves. So like little plastic sleeves that I slip zines into, mini zines into the zine. But it's really cool that they made their own little pocket. They taped this on there and made it, which tells me a lot about the zine maker, is that they're doing a lot of stuff by hand. They must really like the analog aspect of zines, and maybe it's very cathartic for them. Maybe it's very therapeutic to be able to express yourself in this way. It's just giving me a lot of information about the zine maker. I think that's really cool. So I skipped ahead. I wasn't supposed to do that, but I wanted to flip through it. Who wrote this zine? Hey, my name is Prayer and my pronouns are they, he. I'm a queer, trans, and neurodivergent artist residing in Ontario, California. Why did you make this zine? As of now, April 4th, 2025, my heart is heavy in grief. My father passed away suddenly 2 months ago, and since I have been looking for moments of tenderness to soothe me, I created Held to express what being held means to me and how I could see it in every light. Held is a collection of artwork, poems, thoughts, and miscellaneous bits to remind me and you, dear reader, that the world can be good, beautiful, and worth fighting for. For if we hold each other, we can accomplish anything. Content warning, grief, loss, and death. So this is a zine. That's so crazy how I was saying that maybe making this zine by hand was very cathartic for the zine maker. And it sounds like it was. It sounds like it was very expressive in the fact that it was helping them process their grief. But that's what zines are for, you guys. You can definitely use zines to be able to process grief. You can process a lot of stuff. It doesn't have to just be on this topic specifically, but this is a very good example of how incredible zines are, for just how flexible they are in terms of content, in terms of theme, in terms of expressing yourself through the page. When people send me their zines, it's like I can feel like it's invasive in a way where I'm transported to where they are emotionally. Like I can feel the zines. That sounds crazy. I'm not trying to sound crazy. I just feel like when someone sends me something as vulnerable as this, right? Their zine work, their artwork, I feel it immediately. Here's some of the work inside to give you an idea of Prayer's zine style. This is very neat and put together. I like the way that it's bound too. It's bound with yarn. So that's another way that you can bind your zines. It doesn't have to be just staples. It can be any kind of way you want. Oh, look, there's a playlist in here too. It says the music that plays in my heart again and again and again. And then also it's interactive where it allows you to participate in it. It says, what does being held look like to you? There's a cute list in here and it says things I will miss. And they listed 10 things that they'll miss about their dad. Poems by Prayer. Very good zine. It hit on something that makes me reflect on my own life too. It did something for me today. It definitely helped me in my own way, my own relationship with my parents, with my dad. And I feel for you. And I'm really sorry for your loss. This was a very beautiful zine. I really, really liked it. It's so awesome, but weird and crazy how zine trading can take you on a journey like that, because there's so many things. We started with a big package from Michelle, and then it's like we're going on a roller coaster. Then we go and see another zine, zines, you know, informational zines. Then something like this where you're processing grief. It's just, there's so many dips and turns, and they're all valid and they're all good. And it just shows you a wide variety of how you can make your zines. I love being able to share what I see almost every day when people send me zine trades. I read zines every single day. So this was really fun. I hope it really encourages you to want to share your work with the world. It's a brave act. Making zines is very brave. I don't want you guys to think that your zine is not worthy or that nobody will care. Somebody will care, okay? Even if it's just one person. If it's just one person, if it's just you, You matter. I understand being a little scared to share your work because you're not sure how it will be received, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Make your zine for you, completely for you, you know? Don't try to cater to the audience too much because you don't want to pander to anyone. You want to be authentic, you want to be real, and you want to be honest. But at the same time, you have to realize, like, you just have to get over yourself, okay? Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. If you don't want to share, you don't have to, okay? That was just a little pep talk for the people that want to share, but make a million excuses not to. I'm scared too. All right, guys, so that was everything. I'm really sad that it's over, but I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And also, if you would like to support me further and support the channel, you can definitely shop in my online store, Bree's Tiny Print Shop, which is open. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye.